Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, moment of your time. A word, please. I got a question. Would you rather be comfortable or chosen? Gotta pick one because you can't be both all the time. Because, baby, the chosen, they go through it. No question about it. God gave you a life for a reason. Let that motherfucker shine. You live in it. Baby, you bask in it. And don't let not a single solitary soul try and dim it. You hear me? Be you unapologetically in every way possible. Because favor ain't fair. In any light that you look at it in, you hear me? Trust me, it ain't. And jealousy, hate, and envy are just unpaid internships that don't get you nowhere. Ask them crabs in that bucket. Let's talk about it. Bro with me. We on the move.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's been a long time coming. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. It's been a long time coming. We in the whip. I did say, bro, with me. We on the move. We won't be in the whip every episode. However, home base ain't ready. It will be ready before we film the second episode. With that being said, welcome to episode number 1 of A Word with yours truly, multi-hyphenate Thayana. We're not getting into the hyphenates and the AKAs right now. However, we are going to welcome you to the episode to the first episode of the show, where any conversational topic goes, any and every conversational topic goes, as long as it flows. Where we have unfiltered, unapologetic, honest conversations with any and everybody about any everything, all while connecting, encouraging, motivating, and educating the masses. You dig? My precursor to this intro, to this episode, I asked the question, would you rather be comfortable or chosen? Me, personally, chosen all the way. Because uncomfortability ain't nothing but the precursor to change, to progress, to improvement, to the betterment of me, of the world, really. And all of that surrounds one word. Today's word. Favor. What comes to mind when you hear that one word? Them 5 letters, favor. 9 times out of 10 it's, can you do me a favor? Oh, you love me, right? Can you do me a favor? I've known you since you were this big. Can you do me a favor? Favor is not fair. Favor is, in fact, the opposite of fair. Favor is a root word for favorite. When you're in God's favor, everyone in some way, shape, or form in their own right is, it's favored. But when you're at that enlightened point of favor, your favor confuses everyone around you, even yourself. Your favor, it confuses yourself 9 times out of 10. I was fucked up in my feelings in a dead end spot yesterday, but God got me out of it. No matter what I go through, God gonna get me out of it, and He always has. So I live and bask in my light and every gift He's given me. My main point in starting this was, if you got a story to tell it. It could help somebody else. And that's how it should be. But instead, a lot of us are raised with that crab in the bucket, crab in the barrel mindset. But the people around us have that mindset. The reason I said ask them crabs in that bucket, it don't get you nowhere. And the bleeding heart, in the favored, in the chosen, where it starts out at least, because it reaches its breaking point. It may take others time to reach that breaking point, and you could realize that you're at that breaking point as soon as it starts to happen. Oh, I've been pouring and pouring in these cups, and ain't none of them getting filled. And once you realize ain't none of them getting filled, and that uncomfortability starts to kick in, you comfortable handing out. You comfortable pouring because it's in you. It's what you were put here for. But when the cups don't fill, and that moment of realization that kick in, you get uncomfortable. You start to see the cracks and the holes being covered up by masking tape being filled with water, which just leaks out the side. Not even duct tape. They're not trying to heal themselves, but they're using you. Using your favor, using your God-given gifts to better themselves without looking into themselves, seeing what their gifts are. Because they got that mindset, oh, why can they do it? Why can't I do it? Instead of, if they can do this, what makes me think that I can't do it? Or if God let them or gave them the gift to do what they doing, what can I do to get on that level? Let me talk to them. Let's work together to get out of this bucket, this barrel, whatever you want to call it. Nah. They grabbing and pulling at that resilient crab that keeps getting to the top every time but pull back down because they feel like they got a hand out. They feel like they got to help everybody. Helping and handing is two different things. When you get to this moment of realization, this peak uncomfortability, you hear the 7 words that's going to shake your world to the core and give you an influx of emotion that you didn't even know you could have all at the same time. Them 7 words that you got you looking at your circle, looking at everyone around you. Damn, they gotta go. I can't keep fucking with them because they just taking. I'm not giving for nothing in return, but you're not getting no better with me just handing you. Them 7 words, where I'm taking you, they can't go. That come from God's voice, that you may not hear it in God's voice. Somebody had to tell you that. Or you heard it somewhere that is like, that made you pause and reflect. That happened. It happened to me. Where I'm taking you, they can't go. Not saying that you can't go back and help them, not hand them. Help them people that was rocking with you, that was definitely for sure, for certain rocking with you, that you didn't have to cut off and never speak to again. Help them people on their journey to the top. But there's a difference. That helping hand doesn't have to be helping by handing you something at all. Not you going back and settling, right? In where people think you should be, but where you know you should be at that higher level, because you chose it, baby, and you need to live in it. This episode, the word for this episode is just what we introed the episode for. With the word for this episode is, would you rather be chosen or comfortable? The word for this episode is bask in your chosenness. You hear me? Short and sweet. A little bit of detail. Bask in your chosen. Bask in your uncomfortability. Use your uncomfortability to push you forward. To change your own perspective, not others. In turn, changing or altering others' perspectives. Be that light, which is what I want to be. Be that guiding light. Be the change that God put you here to be. That the higher beings put you here to be. Whomever you believe in put you here to be, because you didn't spontaneously combust and get here on your own. You was put in these positions to change this world. But we let others influence our way of thinking to a certain extent that stops those who are meant to be more from being more. They put a ceiling on your chosen. They put a ceiling on your destiny. God didn't put that ceiling there. You let other people influence you to thinking that only you can only do for them. When you hear them 7 words, listen to them. Don't let, oh, that can't be right. I was raised to think, or I was told that if I got it, I gotta give it. Yes. But when you got it to give to you and others, if you don't got it to do it twice, don't do it the first time. That goes to favor don't care how much money you got to spend, favor don't care whether you got $10 in your bank account or $10,000 in your bank account. You feel me? Favor does not care about that. Favor was gifted to you to use. Not that you should be selfish about it. I like to say, if you feed your gift until your gift can feed you and continue to feed that gift as well as yourself. Work while you're trying to. You should always have a job while you're chasing your dreams. Fund your dream until your dream can fund you, and then continue to fund that dream with your dream. If that makes sense, you feel me? You dig? It's everything has to change. Everything has to change in order for your favor to show in the light that it's supposed to. In order for you to live in that light, that light of your favor that you're supposed to live in. Because what's for you is going to be for you, period. It's going to be there, and time is only a construct of the mind. You just have to live in that moment. Because it's going to be for you. People just take longer to get to theirs. Because of that crab in the bucket, crab in the barrel mindset. I think. That's my personal opinion. This favor ain't nothing to be ashamed of. But when it comes to that crab in the bucket mindset, you think it is. You get influenced to think that, oh, damn. Should I feel bad for broadcasting this gift. I gotta help somebody else that can be doing this. This thing that I can do. But they know in their minds that they got something else that they got. Everyone has something. Don't be ashamed of your something. Broadcast it, live in it, love in it, thrive in it. Favor is not fair. It's that simple. And those chosen people who live and thrive and bask in their favor, they go through it. That's simple. That's the word. And it's all right. Like I said this episode was going to be short and sweet. It was all over the place. But whatever. Don't be careful. You have to be careful with who you share your favor with. Because of the crab in the barrel mindset. That's where we're going to always lead back to. Crab in the barrel mindset. You surround yourself with people who don't think like that. Who think like you. Let's help each other, not hinder each other. That handout is a hindrance. if you got those crabs trying to pull you back in that bucket so they can profit off or benefit from your light, you got to weed out them leeches. You have to. 9 times out of 10, you'll start to feel off. It's all circling back. You start to feel off, uncomfortable in multiple ways. You start to feel like you don't belong, like you're out of place. And that's where that change comes in. You got to keep some things for yourself, though. You start working on something, don't talk about it until you're ready to put it out. This podcast. I've been talking about this podcast, this show, this here gift of mine. People come up to me and talk to me about their life story, and I like to think that that's my light. That's part of my light. That's an area of my light that just draws people in like moth to a flame. I like to think of favor as the saying, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Because it is. It ain't fair. Uncle Ben had it right. With great power comes great responsibility. And we feel that responsibility young, which is what takes us so long to grow out of I need to help everybody now before I can help myself. But you can't help anybody until you help yourself. You feel me? The reality of it all is some people need that awakening point. Some people are born, I don't need to help anybody. They got a selfish way of living, which is why they seem to get to their destination faster. But those who go through that those negative spaces, I've seen it seems they come to a higher place. It may take them a little longer because they're trying to be good people in what they were taught good people were. Good people hand out everything they got without having shit for themselves. It's perspective. Favor is not fair. And in closing, I think I talked enough for this little episode. In closing, favor, that uncomfortability standpoint, that chosen one life ain't for everybody. But everyone is chosen in their own right. They just have to be able to live in it and not let anyone else influence what they got going on. Learn make every day, every experience an educational one. Learn what you can, why you can. But when those 7 words get told to you, you listen. Because later on in life, you may need to be you may need to be that savior that tells the next person, the person on the come up, them 7 words. So we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna call it an episode. We're gonna call it quits for today. On that note, listen to the person telling you them 7 words so you can be the person the next need to listen to saying them 7 words. Listen to, take heed when you're told where I'm taking you, they can't go. So you can be that next person to tell the person on the come up what they need to hear. Listen to what you need to hear in them 7 words. So when your time comes, you know just when to use them.